Getting a live look at the seat of Macomb County in Mount Clement, and a new program is being proposed to help parents who are behind on child support payments. The plan from Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido looks to create Michigan's first child support specialty court, which would help parents find jobs, pay what they owe, and avoid jail time for missed payments. In Macomb County, unpaid child support adds up to about $312 million. This new court will let parents plead guilty to missing child support payments, and rather than going to jail, they can plead guilty and complete a year-long program with job training and court check-ins. The program is aimed at helping families, not punishing parents who don't pay child support. Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido is joining us to talk about this new program this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Will, and good morning to the viewers out there.
So tell me how this all came about.
Well, first of all, the duty of the prosecutor is not only to establish paternity, but also to set an amount of child support consistent with state guidelines. I have been a practitioner for almost 40 years. I used to do domestic work, which was support, visitation, medical, uninsured medical for children. This is about children. This isn't about anything other than taking care of a legal obligation, but it's a moral obligation. And we don't want to jail anybody, nor have them have a felony. So anything of $5,000 or more under state law says it's a felony. But rather than bring them in and put them in jail, that's not going to do anything. Let's go ahead and get them in what's called Michigan Works. If they say, I can't find a job, or I have a felony conviction. Soft felonies, we can get them to work. We have a shortage of jobs here in the state as it is. We have a gap in the type of jobs, either unskilled, minimal skill, or really skilled. I would like to have Michigan Works work with our court systems here of the 83 counties and get these individual jobs, get them working when they can find work, and more importantly, that money takes care of the children.
So you will find these parents who are, they haven't paid child support in how long? Years, probably?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The state of Michigan is $5.6 billion in arrears. That means outstanding child support right now on the books. What concerns me is nobody's doing anything about it, and we're just digging ourselves into a deeper hole. Wayne County, for instance, is $3.5 billion, over half of the total state's arrearages. Macomb County, like you said, $312 million. Oakland County is on par with Macomb. But when you take the whole state in consideration, what are we doing to repay the state for those monies that were allocated for those children? So in my office in Macomb County, we go ahead and we first establish paternity by way of little strips. We can show that 99.9% the father is the father, and then afterwards we get together and set an amount. If we can get the children money when they need it from 1 to 18, when they're critical years for that child, we got a better shot of making a better way of doing business, but also a better outcome for the child. It's all about the children. And I noticed that there is a direct correlation when somebody is working two jobs, let's say a parent, they're not there to take control of their child, watch the child in their element, and as such, they end up having these juvenile crimes. And we want to stop that. So if we can get the child support when it's needed, and the parent doesn't have to work 2 and 3 jobs to support the child or rely on grandparents or anyone else, then we're doing the right thing.
What is the typical person that you face comes into your office with this issue?
So what we want to do is we want to tell the county that the payers of the child support, come on in. If you got a warrant for your arrest, come on in. We'll get this set aside. We're not out to get you, okay? It's about compliance. We want to make sure if you can't find a job or you're disabled. Now, I want everybody to realize that if they're disabled, we have a SSD that will go to the children. So if you're totally and permanently disabled, you can't work, and we would get the money then for the children through SSD. If you're temporarily laid off, let's get around this by having a temporary suspension of the amount of support. But for God's sakes, don't just do nothing. Doing nothing isn't an option when you have an obligation.
All right, you're going to stick around. We're going to take a brief break, and we'll be back with more of the conversation in about 90 seconds. Welcome back. We're talking with Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido about his new plan to help parents behind on child support payments. So is there a type of model or another county that you were following, or is this something that just came about because of your own, you saw the need for it?
We have a team back in Macomb County. It's called a cooperative reimbursement team that we have with the chief as well as the individuals in the unit. This was discussed and it was brought out by an individual that said, we have a drug court, we have a alcohol or sobriety court, we have a mental health and a veterans court. Why not have a child support specialty court? We have more good to do for the children at the time they need it most. And guess what? We have all the tools and the infrastructure in place. We have a front of the court, it's there. We have a court system, it's there. We have a prosecutor's office that is obligated under law to collect this child support. It's there. What we realize is that we didn't take the initiative to do anything, and now it's time to change the culture of how we do business, get these children taken care of, get these reduced child support arrearages, and move on and make a better place for our kids here in Michigan.
And so, if this works well, do you think this will help improve family dynamics, bring fathers back into kids' lives? Because maybe some fathers, because they can't pay for whatever reason, decide, hey, I'm just not going to be involved out of shame or a variety of other reasons.
Spot on, Will. The relationship with a mother and a father may be strained or broken, but don't do it to the children. They're innocent and they don't know any better. I love the fact that it will reunite at least the child and or the parent that's not paying, giving that child a relationship or some love that has been missing for years maybe, and go ahead and start to foster that relationship that they know they never had. But when a father or a mother that's supposed to pay doesn't, and they say they can't get a job, there's plenty of jobs out there. And Michigan Works is going to help in assisting getting the system back up and running, because tomorrow they can report to work, benefits may come with the job or not, which all helps the family. And ultimately, it'll reduce the arrearages that are on the books. Remember, Will, DHHS is the largest part of the Michigan budget. Department of Health and Human Services takes care of kids, takes care of elderly that can't take care of themselves. Therefore, if we don't use the taxpayers' funds to take care of another child, isn't it best that the children get the support from the ones that had them? I believe that a good system is take care of your children, let them grow up strong, let them grow up the way that you and I grew up. And at the end of the day, we produce a better society.
So they plead guilty.
Yep.
And then what happens next?
So under 771, it's only 1 year that we are given. I want to get the legislators involved to stretch that. So they'll be on a specialty court for child support for 1 year. We're going to start off that way. We want to move the needle and make it up to 5 years because some have huge arrearages. And then at the end, they will not have a felony conviction. They will have completed the specialty court. They will have been put on track. They go about their business. We're not out to get a felon, another felony, or we're not out to make a felon. We're out to have compliance, and that's all this is about.
How do you measure success?
We've already had it in place in an informal way without Michigan Works involved. Right now, we've collected over $3.4 million. I'm proud of the team because they came through just finding people to come on in, moving out these orders where they have warrants out for their arrest, and they start making compliance. $3.5 million right now, I think it is, to date, and we've only had it up and running over 2 years.
This is a really creative way to deal with a massive problem in our state, and congratulations on that, and we look forward to following it, and hopefully we can profile some people.
I hope it becomes a national model.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.